How's it going? And today I'm going to be attempting a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe challenge where I try and complete all of the brand new courses from the DLC but in reverse, and I'm going to find out which tracks are possible to actually go all the way around backwards one lap. And it should be a pretty fun challenge. I actually used to do this challenge on Mario Kart Wii as a kid and I had no idea I'd still be doing it to this day. And I remember in Mario Kart Wii, if you went around backwards loads of times, you'd then have to drive that many laps to get back to lap 1. So I was in like minus 99 laps at one point. But yeah, today, because the new DLC tracks just dropped, I'm going to try out all of these and see which one's possible. So make sure to comment right now which ones you think I'm going to be able to complete before you actually see the video, so no cheating. And I'd love to keep this series going when more of the tracks come out in the future, so make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this challenge so you don't miss out on the next ones coming up. Also check out my Twitch if you'd like to see my Mario Kart 8 streams. I did my first one last night and it was so fun chatting to you guys. But anyway, let's begin the challenge. So today I'm going to be using the Teddy Buggy because I thought it looked kind of cute and I like the blue colour, and I'm playing as Waluigi in this video. So we have 8 new tracks to go over for this challenge, which is super exciting. I've already played through all of them and they're so good. I'm really happy with the DLC, and I'm going to start with the first cup. So Paris Promenade is the first track I'm going to have to do. So as soon as the track starts, I had to reverse, which felt really weird, not pressing go on 2, which gives you a boost. So yeah, I turned around and went backwards, and straight away I got cancelled completely by Lakitu. So you can't even go backwards without him ruining everything. I even tried reversing to see if that worked, but no, he still just took me back to the start. So yeah, the first track had me kind of sad, thinking the challenge wouldn't be possible if Lakitu just pulled you back, but I tried the next track anyway. But we can say Paris Promenade is not possible to go backwards. And now we're moving on to Toad Circuit from 3DS, and this is the track that I had the most hope for when thinking about which of the new ones would be possible, as it's just a straightforward circuit track with nothing crazy that could block our path. So firstly I began reversing, and I was happily surprised when Lakitu didn't actually just chuck me back to the start without my consent. So luckily it was just the Paris Promenade track where he pulled me back, which was a bit weird, but I kept going with this track, and I even did a double mushroom shortcut here near the end, and I managed to complete the whole thing. So that is 1 out of the 2 tracks so far that can be completed backwards. So yeah, Toad Circuit gets a big tick. Now we're moving on to Choco Mountain from the Nintendo 64, and I had a good start to this track, tricking off the ramps at the beginning, and I even hit the middle ramp, which I never usually touch when I'm going the normal way around the track. Then I got to this scary twisty bit where you have to drive past massive boulders trying to crush you, but for me this was a piece of cake, so I got past that area, and then unfortunately the next part had a massive gap which definitely seemed impossible. I tried it with a mushroom to see if I could get far enough for Lakitu to take me up, but I had no luck. He just pulled me back to the start. After a few more failed attempts of boosting off parts I thought would give me more height, that did not seem to work, so I deemed Chocolate Mountain impossible for completing backwards. The funny thing is that I believe it would be easy to complete on the original Nintendo 64 version of the track, as there isn't actually the huge gap there. Nintendo kind of ruined my challenge for this one. Alright, moving on to everyone's favourite, Coconut Mall from Mario Kart Wii. Now I had some hopes for this track, until I started going backwards and I suddenly remembered there's a huge jump at the end of it, which I knew would probably be impossible. I also just had a random impulse to smash into the wall here, because I wanted to try and clip into the car parking lot. I don't know why, it just looked really fun to explore in there. But sure enough, I got to this part of the track and yeah, it was way too high to get up the track, so this track is impossible to beat backwards. However, I did accidentally stumble upon a cool out of bounds glitch, which I don't know if anyone's found yet. So I noticed driving into the curb over here, it looked a bit glitchy. I was like boosting upwards a little bit, and I decided to use my mushroom into the wall, and I managed to get on top of the curb, which I thought was a really awesome trick. However, Lakitu pulled me off when I tried to go into the car parking lot, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to drive around there and do some drifting. I also managed to find a way to get on top without even using a mushroom, which was quite exciting, and you can drive all along the edge of the track, but you can't go in the other direction, otherwise Lakitu just gets mad. But that was a really fun glitch I found by accident. But yeah, Coconut Mall is not possible, so it means only 1 out of 4 tracks from the first cup are possible to go backwards on, which we're not off to a great start. But let's move on to the second cup, and it's the Lucky Cat Cup, so hopefully we will have more luck for this one. Now starting off, we have the first track from Mario Kart Tour, and that is Tokyo Blur. And going into this, I was worried that it would be the same as Paris Promenade and not let you go backwards even if it were possible to drive in that direction, and once again Lakitu had to ruin the fun, and I got pulled back super quickly just starting the first turn, which kind of sucked. And I even tried reversing again and also boosting with a mushroom to see if I could glitch past Lakitu or something, and yeah, this did not work, which doesn't surprise me really. So this track is impossible to do backwards. I have a feeling the city tour tracks don't let you go backwards because these actually have the cool new mechanic of changing the route each lap, which I find really fun even if it did ruin the challenge. So far only 1 out of 5 tracks is possible backwards. So the next track was another one I had a lot of hope for, and it was Shroom Ridge from Mario Kart Kart DS. I could remember this track just being kind of a circuit type track with no big gaps, and so I was very confident for this one. And right at the start I saw a shortcut and I just went straight for it, hopping over the curb, and only just missed. Even though I didn't have to use this shortcut, I wanted to check if it was possible backwards, and on my second attempt I actually made it, which I thought looked really cool because it was actually quite a big gap to jump across. So the rest of the track was a breeze, and I even tried my own made up shortcut here, but my boost ran out in the middle of the grass. If only I kept a spare mushroom. Oh. I also stopped to admire the graphics for a bit, and noticed the grass does have some sort of texture to it, but it just looks so plastic from far away, which is really weird. So yeah, all I had to do was carry on down the road avoiding the cars, which was actually much harder when going backwards, especially with Lakitu taking a huge chunk of my screen up. He's literally so annoying in this challenge. And that was a near miss from that car, but we made it to the end of the track, so 2 out of 6 are possible so far thanks to Shroom Ridge. Okay, the next track is Gba Sky Garden, and I was already dreading this track because I can remember from the trailer there's a massive gliding section at the end which I will have no way to cross. So I started off by turning around, and the big jump is the first thing I have to do, which was just not happening. I tried boosting and getting good angles off the clouds, and even reversing off the edge like that would help. But yeah, I just couldn't make it. Lakitu had to ruin the vibe. Well, I guess I was never even going to get up there in the first place. So this track is impossible, but I still wanted to see if the rest of the track would be possible if it wasn't for that huge jump at the start. So I went and checked that, and you can actually make the leaf jump backwards, which I thought was a cool trick. Then I tried to do the mushroom backwards, which was really difficult. I couldn't get high enough to be on top, but then I tried going up the clouds, but it was still too slow and low to land on top of the mushroom. I attempted drifting around the corner, which got me insanely close. Like, it's crazy how unlucky I was to fall down that little gap. But then I kept trying the drifting technique, and I just couldn't replicate this again after many attempts. But coming back with the mushroom actually made it a really easy challenge. All I had to do was boost off of the clouds using them as a ramp, so the rest of this track is actually possible backwards. It's just sadly the end ruins it. Or I guess the beginning if you drive the wrong way like me. So that is only 2 out of 7 tracks so far that are possible backwards. And the final track we have is Ninja Hideaway, which is from Mario Kart Tour, but Nintendo actually forgot to put that in the description of the track. But going into this I had no idea what to expect from the course, as I've never played it before, not even on Mario Kart Tour, so it was an exciting final track to try out for this challenge. And so at the start line I turned around and there was a huge wall in the way right at the beginning. I tried exploring around a bit to find a way up, but Lakitu just yanked me even lower and making another huge barrier, so this track is definitely impossible to complete backwards. But I tried to go around looking for which bits you could do backwards, but it just had so many parts making it impossible. I even tried this massive jump to see if it would work, but I didn't really get anywhere near. I can't even believe I thought it could work. I also managed to fall in the little pond at the start of the level, kind of like when I was 5 and jumped in the garden pond. That was a big mistake. But yeah, this track is for sure impossible, and now we can conclude that only 2 out of the 8 new DLC tracks are able to be played backwards. So that is a 25% success rate for this challenge, which I guess isn't too bad, especially as the tracks weren't designed to be played backwards. And I had a lot of fun doing this challenge. It just makes Mario Kart even more interesting, just making up random stuff to try like that. And I'm definitely going to keep going with this challenge on more Mario Kart games and tracks in the future, especially when we get new DLC waves as well. I'm going to keep this series going to check if it's possible to do any of the new tracks coming out. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let me know any other challenges or mysteries you want me to try out for Mario Kart or other games. And yeah, if you did enjoy this, leave a like on the video, and check out my Twitch as well, because I'll be streaming Mario Kart a lot over there, and also Kirby soon, because that is coming out in only a week, so that's another thing we have to look forward to. Let me know what you think about this challenge, and if you have any ideas of how I could try and complete other tracks that were not possible in this video. Maybe I'm missing something in a few of them, but I had a lot of fun doing that, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.